Hey y'all, it's Jo. Okay, y'all, I finished two of these tees from MJ's Off the Hook, Michelle. She put out a pattern recently called the Old Town Tee, and it's just a very simple construction, granny stitch from the top down, and they came out really cute. So let me show you. So this first one I started doing this one, and then I was like, oh, this yarn's kind of thick. It might be a little too scratchy, but it'll probably wash up just fine. You know how it goes. But I used the Yarn Bee Urban Chic. If any of y'all got this on clearance, it's a beautiful yarn. It feels really soft in the ball, but as I was working with it, it was scratching my delicate skin. No, it wasn't that bad, but I know it'll wash up softer. So this is the colorway I chose is mint. So it's 78 acrylic and 22 cotton. And it's a number 3. So here's the first one I did right here. I'm wearing the second one. Here it is. I think it came out really cute. I do wish I would have made it a little bit wider and gave me a little bit more flowy, loose, but it's not, it doesn't fit tight, you know, so we're good. It's all good. And now you're saying, what? What about your Jo CD? What about all these abrupt color changes cutting off right in the middle of a row? Well, I persevered through. And the only reason why I kept going with it is because it wasn't like I would have, like when you have abrupt color changes with cake yarns, you know, you might get 2 or 3.5 rows of one color, and then it cuts off, and then it starts the next color, 2 or 3.5 rows. So what I did, what this yarn did was it had very short color spurts like this. So it's just a little random piece of color, like up on top of this shoulder and to the front. Like this little yellow stripe right here is just this one. And like, you know, so it's here and it's there and wraps around the side a little bit. So I think I was okay with it. It's not making me cry to look at it. Yeah, I think it kind of adds a little character to the shirt to have those little color, just a little random color stripe. So I like it. I really do. I have more of this yarn, so I might have to make something else in it now that I know I'm okay with it. I don't know if you can see this piece of little yellow yarn I tied right here. So I would know that's like my tag, so you know that's the inside back. It is made where there is a front and a back, and so it's not very noticeable, but there's a few rows here that are half double crochets instead of double crochet grannies. So yeah, I love how Michelle did it. She explains it so well on her tutorial. She did a size medium on her tutorial, and I'm more like a XL. I'm more like an extra large. So I just adapted it to fit my body. And of course, she does have, you know, written pattern and stuff that you can purchase to get your exact size that you're looking for. I just kind of made it work. What I'm not happy about though, now this is me, I did this. I put a half double crochet row on the bottom just to give it a nice little straight edge on the bottom, and it curled up. I don't know if you can see that. So I'm not happy about that at all, and I'm going to rip that out. I'm just going to rip that off. She does show an option where you can add like this real pretty shell on the bottom, and I opted not to do that. I don't know if I could try it and see if I like it, but I don't know if I'm, you know, I don't know. I just kind of like, it's a plain granny. Let it be a plain granny. I don't know. So, you can also put the shell on the sleeve edging. I did something a little different on my sleeves also to bring them, you know, in and fit around the arm instead of sticking straight out like that. You know, you kind of tighten it up. She does tell you how to do that. There is a different method that she used, and I used her method, and then I used mine after that just to add on a little bit more sleeve to try to cover up some of this little fat arm. But yeah, so I could just kind of basically did the same thing that she had you do, except I did half doubles instead of double crochets, and I just brought it on in. Now I'm dropping things all over the floor here. This came out so cute, and I'll show pictures, or if I haven't already, of me wearing this one. And let me step up on the steppy stool and show you the one I'm wearing. Oh wait, oh yeah, I did tell you about this yarn. Let me tell you about the yarn first, because I dropped it. Okay, this yarn is another clearance yarn by Hobby Lobby Yarn Bee. It's called Wrapology Hues, and this is what it looks like, and it came in all different shades and colors. You can see the one I'm wearing is different. This has 524 yards in it, and I only used like 1.5 of this colorway. Is called Cool Sky. So this is the colorway that I have on. You can see the pinks and blue speckles in there with like this cool gray. So that's what I have on. And from far away, it just looks gray, right? Except for you can see my pink undershirt. I put on a pink undershirt. I'm like, oh, that'll be cute. Maybe it'll pull out the pink speckles. People see that more. You can see them in person, you know. Here's my thing. So, here it is. Oh, wait, I'm not back enough. But I do have on a really bright pink undershirt. And so you can see that through, you know, the mesh of the granny stitch tee. Let me back up a little bit. Oh, goodness. I have a bad knee right now. Okay. So, this is how it fits. And the green one fits me about the same. It might not be as loose on the bottom here. I think I was starting to, I added a couple of extra increases just so I could have this flow, you know, where it wouldn't squeeze tight on the tum-tum. And the, nothing special about the back. So it has this round, like almost down with the bad, up with the good. Down with the bad knee. Ow. Okay. This construction, like when you look at it like this, it almost looks square, but when you put it on your body, it kind of just rounds out, right? It just makes a big oval shaped neck hole. But I think it's so cute. It's so cute, isn't it, y'all? I did my same thing on this sleeve to bring it in and make it a little longer. And I don't know, you know, I love Michelle MJ's Off the Hook Crochet Designs. I don't know, her official name, something like that. She has such great patterns, and I'm probably going to be doing a lot more in the future. But I did do this one just this morning. I sat down with my coffee. I was talking with my friends on Zoom last night, and I'm like, I'm going to learn how to do mosaic crochet, because I was like, I don't think I've ever done mosaic. I did where you have color changes where you carry the yarn, and I think that might be called tapestry, but it's not. Mosaic is different. So they were telling me about the different kinds of mosaic. There's overlay mosaic and there's inset mosaic. So I found this little tutorial on MJ's Off the Hook for this little heart coaster. She made a blanket with it, and then she showed, you know, her tutorial was for how to do this, and then you applied this to the blanket. So I think it's really cute. Now the thing with overlay mosaic, see, I didn't cut these off or weave them in because I just wanted to, this was just for practice. But I did make this out of cotton. This is made out of, I love this cotton, so I can use it as a little coaster. So I will eventually probably weave all these ends in. But when you do overlay mosaic, this is what you get. You get all of this. So some people either, well, this is what they do at these ends. If you're brave, some people just knot and cut, but I wouldn't go through all that work and just knot and cut. But you also can choose to weave them in, or you can do what's called an envelope border. And you would probably cut these a lot shorter, but you make a border where it's on both sides, and then you close it in. So you close all these ends inside of a, you know, you'll have two sides, and then you close in the ends, and then you make another run around that border. But yeah, so whatever you choose to do. So the next thing I'm going to try is the inset mosaic. They said I would probably like that better because of this. Our favorite things to do, right? Weave in ends. But I thought it came out really cute. So I was showing y'all that because I was showing you MJ's Old Town Tee. That's what this is called. Now, this Old Town Tee, when I was working on it, especially when I was working on this one, I was like, this reminds me of something that I made a while back. And I was like, it was a t-shirt that I crocheted, and then I remembered it was my Jen. It was my cinnamon stitches. She made, and I went and found it too. She made a tutorial for what she calls the Spring Fling Tee. And so this is the one I did, I don't know when, a few years ago. Look at that. Look at those abrupt color changes. See, this is what I don't like about color changing yarn. See, that would be the back. So here's the front. But I still have one right here, right? Oh, my eye is so drawn to that. There's one. Anyway, so this looks pretty much basically the same thing, right? It's a t-shirt. It's got, I forgot what they call that when you do the 4 points for your shoulders and arms. I forgot what that's called. If I look it up, I'm going to put it right here. So, and from what I remember, Jennifer did a great job on this tutorial. And this is, I want to say it's double crochet, right, Jen? It's double crochets. It's just very simple construction. I did some increases. You can kind of see where this kind of comes out. You know, because you got to make room for the hips. Boom, boom. And yeah, I think that's all this was just double crochets. This was a cotton. What cotton was this? I don't remember what cotton it was. Anyway, doesn't matter. It's kind of thick and heavy. This is weighty. So, I kind of wish this was in more fall colors, because this would be a good fall or winter weight around here. Okay. Oh, this is a size 2. This one is a size 2. And this is a 3. This one was a 3. I believe this was a 4, a worsted weight 4. Was it comfy cotton? I don't think so. Anyway, so I'll link Jennifer's tutorial down below too, if y'all want to go check that out. Basically, from what I remember, she told us, you know, you make it to your body specifications as you're making it. So it's not a pattern where, like, say, if you wanted to make one for your daughter or loved one, you would just get their size and make one. Nope, this is like a make, try on, make it, try it on, make it, try it, you know, go a little more, try it on kind of thing until you get your right size that you want. So yeah, so go check out hers and MJ's and Cinnamon Stitches tutorials, and you'll get a good idea how you can make one up really simply. You know, of course, this is the granny stitch. That's just solid double crochets. If you don't want all the holes, the lacy effect of, you know, the granny stitch, but it's all good. I might make me another one solid for the fall winter, you know, and not granny stitch, and, you know, either doubles or half doubles or something. So that will all be linked down below. So I also want to tell you about, I've had my Leggy Froggy 2.0, this froggy right here. I've had a couple of people make him recently, and I'm like, wow, he's still getting a little attention. So, Linnea from Nina's Knots Crochet, she made this cute little, she was making some stuff for one of her grandsons, and she made this cute little froggy pack to send to him. And it was, she had a froggy backpack, she had a froggy bookmark, and then she wanted to make him a leggy froggy, but she wanted it to be bigger, you know, not so small. And I was like, well, anytime you want to make something bigger, you use a bigger yarn and a bigger hook. But since it's already made with blanket yarn, I was like, well, double it up. You know, if you want it bigger, you double up the yarn, you make it bigger. But, and she did, and it came out bigger, but not as, she said, not as big as she really wanted. And I don't know if y'all can see this froggy. Maybe I'll move my camera up here. He doesn't have eyeballs, but this right here, this is a big frog, Leggy Froggy 2.0 that I made. And he was made with the big fat blanket yarn. Let me see if I can find one. Okay. This kind of big fat blanket yarn like this. So if you make one out of this, you're going to get big leggy froggy, you know? So that's what this was the kind of yarn that I made that one out of. And I actually it was actually coming out too big. So I decided to like take some stitches out of the pattern and make it a little smaller. Otherwise it might have been twice that big. I don't know. It was getting really, really big. But, yeah. So, I wonder what I can do with that big old fat white yarn like that. Maybe make some big old snowballs or something. That'll be fun. Okay, and another, I just got tagged and somebody made a post on their YouTube channel. Their name is K&K Crochet, and it's this mother-daughter duo, and they crochet, and they had other things on there. I didn't look around their channel too well, watched one video. So, but the post they made, you know, like the community post, she put a picture of one of the leggy froggies to show everybody that she made one. So it was adorable, and, you know, I commented, so thanked her for tagging me, and so that was really nice. I found another channel that way. There are so many crochet channels now. Everywhere you turn, they're popping up everywhere. And, you know, even ones that have been on forever, for years and years and years, that I've just never seen. So YouTube's doing something with the algorithms where they're showing you like content instead of the same content that you watch, like the same channels. They're throwing, you know, like, if you like this video, then you might like this one, you know, like all these crochet content creators. So I'm enjoying finding some new people too here on the YouTube's land. I keep playing with all these ends on here. I don't know if I'll ever sew these in. This is just going to live in a box somewhere. It's cute. So yeah, I have a swap box I need to, I did a swap box with Anita from Yarn Tails and Hooks. Do I have that right, Anita? She changed her name from YOH Crochet. So I knew that one for years. And next thing you know, it's Yarn Tails and Hooks. I believe that's it. Anyway, so we did a swap box. So I'm going to put together a video to show y'all that. I don't think I'll add it onto this one, so it'll be a separate video. And I was so late with getting my box out. But she's good. She's so chill. She should be getting that soon, and she'll probably make a video too. But yeah, she's the one. She does beautiful mosaic work. The blankets this girl creates is amazing. She just loves it. She is like the mosaic queen. She loves it so much. So I'm like, okay, I gotta learn this darn thing. But they did, her and Elaine Brown, she's working on this amazing like skeleton mosaic crochet blanket for her son. And when we watch her, the progress she makes in Zoom, she shows us, and it's just, I'm like, wow, I know my son and daughter-in-law would love that. One of my sons would love that. Love, love, love. So maybe one day, but it's a lot of work and takes a lot of concentration, which I don't seem to have anymore. Hence why I did a coaster. But, yeah. So anyway, that's it for that. All right. So thanks y'all for sticking around for Joe's Web number 135. Be blessed, and I'll see you next time. Bye.